Hi, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Danny, otherwise known as the Glittered Rose here on YouTube and also on Instagram. So today I jumped straight into making a card using my new supplies that I got from the local arts shop. I couldn't wait to try them out. I grabbed myself some watercolors and some watercolor pens, and I wanted to test them out and see what they're like. Not that I needed any more watercolors, but the heart wants what the heart wants. So, if this is of any interest, please stick around, hit the like button, subscribe for more content just like this, and let's get into it. So, I went to the arts shop to grab something, and I came out with something completely different. So, I saw these gorgeous Kuretake Gansai Tambi paints. They can be used either as a gouache or as watercolor. And I just fell in love with the colors. I think the colors are so glorious. I'm wondering if that's because to me they are very Art Nouveau-ish colors. Even the little painting on the packet looks, inspired by Muka. So I thought I would grab them and give them a try. Excuse me, fiddling with the packet, trying to get it open. Okay, here they are. I just think they're so lovely. The colors are sort of neutrally toned, but just so gorgeous. I love the pinks and the purples, and also love the blues and greens. I think they're lovely. So I'm going to use these along with my new Starry Colors, also by Gansai Tambi. And these are gorgeous golds and silvers. And so I thought I'd grab those as well. Um, I do already have a set of Altenew metallic watercolor paints, but I don't think much of them, so I thought I'd grab those. I also grabbed some Derwent push button watercolor brushes. So it's got a 2 mil, 4 mil, 5 mil, and like a flat tip. And I thought the push button would be really good because sometimes getting the water down to the brushes can be very difficult. There are a lovely variety of different tips, so I thought I'd grab them and see what I think. Um, I'll just show you the tips, and then I'm going to fill them up with water and stamp um, a couple of images to test out the watercolors. I'll then heat emboss them, sorry, to just to make it all waterproof and so it doesn't smear. I'm going to use Chrysanthemum Slimline, but I'm not going to put it on a slimline. I'm not a big fan of slimline cards, so I'll be back. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to try the Potter's Pink. It seems like it's quite a naturally sort of nudie pink. I've already wet down the paints. Oh, these are interesting. It's very smooth and creamy, and straight away I can tell that it's not as translucent as traditional watercolor. It's more opaque. But I quite like them. I think that it's going down so smooth, but it does need a little bit more water just to make them more watercolory. Even with it thinned down, it has a lot more sort of texture than your traditional watercolor. These pens or brushes are really nice. I love the fact that it's just an easy pinch of the button to get water down to the tip of the brush. I think I'm going to really appreciate these. The colors blend really nicely and they do layer on top of each other. So it makes it easy to add a little bit of different colour and a bit of shading. I'm enjoying using these, but I feel like I could definitely practice with them. Um, they do definitely have a bit of a different feeling than your traditional watercolours, but also the Kuretake real brush pens feel very different because they're a lot thinner. But I like them. I think they look really nice. This one's basically done, and I've got another one I'm gonna colour in. I might speed up the next one and pop on some music. And here we are, all finished. I have to say I like this one more. I think I got more of a sort of a gradient colour. The leaves are gorgeous. And I'm really happy with this one. I think they're lovely. I think they're a little bit more difficult to work with than um, beginner watercolours, but I think that they're really fun to play with, and they're lovely how they layer on top of each other. I'm going to die cut this out and pop together a card base, and I'll be back. You don't need to watch me doing this. I don't want anything too fancy for this card. I think that the flowers have got to be the focal point. So I'm just auditioning where to pop it. And yes, definitely on the left-hand side. I'm going to trace around on the back side of those flowers so I know where to cut and glue it all down. This just helps me know where to cut so that it's all right when I go to pop it on the card. I'm going to keep the left-hand side of the flowers the way it is. It's got a slight curve, and I think that's nice. That'll look nice on the side of the card. So a couple of weekends ago, I was lucky enough to go to Sydney to see the Muka exhibition in the Sydney Art Gallery, and it was incredible. It was so beautiful. It was a dream come true. He's my favourite artist, and I know I've mentioned him before, but his work in person is just so beautiful. And he's a lot more than those pretty Art Nouveau women as well. He did some incredible artwork, so I felt really privileged to be able to see his work in person. Um, I do wonder if I was influenced to buy these paints because I'm in a bit of a, Muka phase at the moment, but I think that the paints are gorgeous, so I'll be happy to have them. All right, I want to test out these golds, so I'm going to grab my splatter brush from Lavinia and pop some splatters. I'm going to use the dark gold. My frustration with my other metallic paint is that it just soaks into the paper and you can't see it, especially for things like splatters. But this, I can see straight away that it's going to sit on top of the paper and just give it that gorgeous twinkle. I'm going to work out what sentiment to pop on it and I'll be back. I decided to go with a Better Press sentiment because it's better pressed onto watercolor paper, so it matches the paper that I've used for the flower. And that yellow works quite well with the yellow that I've put in those flowers. Oh, we're all finished. I have to say I'm happy with the card. I think it's really lovely. The paints are lovely, highly pigmented, and the colours are just divine. Thanks so much for watching till the end. If you got any benefit out of the video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. Let me know down below what you think, if you liked this one or the first um, flower that I painted. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thanks, guys. Till next time.